and I attend Columbus Technical College. I am in the CRN number 42900. This is my informal outline. My two resources are www.dictionary.com and www.typesofear.com. My two audience members today are Carol Ann and Shane. Thank you. The only thing to fear is fear itself. These great words came from Franklin D. Roosevelt during his first inaugural speech in 1933. Have you ever been scared of spiders or afraid of going into a job interview? Well, those are some different examples of fear. Fear is a distressing emotion aroused by impending danger, evil, or pain. Whether the threat is real or imagined, it is the feeling or condition of being afraid. It alters potential danger and creates an emotion within that motivates you to avoid the danger. Fear can be separated into two categories: internal fear and external fear. Internal fear is something that you do that triggers an internal response. An external fear is caused by something outside of you, which strongly motivates you to avoid it. Internal fear is an internal response triggered by something you do. This fear is normally shown in a lack of self-esteem. Childhood and teenage experiences normally are the main reason for having internal fears. Internal fear is where you question your ability to achieve something. It is the reason a task is done half-heartedly with the expectation to fail. Doubting your own worth to do something is also caused by an internal fear. You know the scared feeling you get when you're about to make a big speech that is worth a large portion of your grade? Well, that is an example of internal fear. It is the fear that you will not complete a task successfully. External fear is caused by something outside of you that motivates you to avoid it. Another word for an external fear is a phobia, which is an example of an extreme external fear. External fears normally occur after some negative experience with them in the past. The purpose of this fear is to keep us alive. External fear causes a great deal of pain and discomfort. An example of an external fear is the fear of bugs. A negative experience with bugs could have increased your fear for them. Luckily, external fear is the easiest fear to overcome. All in all, fear is an emotion within you that is aroused by impending danger, evil, or pain. Two types of fear are internal fear and external fear. Internal fear is an internal response triggered by something you do, and an external fear is something outside of you that motivates you to avoid it. An internal fear is when you back out of a job interview, and an external fear is the fear of heights. These two types of fears hold you back from achieving great things, but all fears can be controlled. So control them before your fear controls you. Does anyone have any questions?
I have a question. What type of fear is the fear of snakes?
That type of fear is an external fear. Does anyone else have any questions?
Why do people have internal fear?
Internal fear is an internal response triggered by something you do. It's normally caused by childhood and teenage experiences.
I have one more. Which fear is the easiest to overcome?
The easiest fear to overcome is an external fear. It is the one that you just learn to fear. When you're scared, you try to avoid it. So when you're more in front of the fear...
So kind of like when you're older.
Huh?
Kind of like you learn the fear when you're older.
Yes, you learn your fear when you're older and you just learn to embrace it. Thank you for listening to my speech.